What's going on, traders? This is Jack with the Trading Tribe, and welcome back to the channel and to another trade recap. I am in the trade currently, so it's actually going to be a fun one to talk through. Wanted to break down my current swing trade that I have on in the natural gas futures market, so we can kind of break down the trade idea, kind of how I saw the idea initially, and then what I'm doing now that the trade is about halfway through. So if we look here on the left, right, gas has been on a pretty steady uptrend on the hourly time frame. So for the last few weeks, actually, if we zoom out, right, we can see we've gone all the way from about 1.6 to almost touching 3. So we've had almost a double in the natural gas market, which has caused obviously tons of buying opportunity. When you see gas double, or really any asset double, typically there's some really nice entry points on the long side. So I've been essentially trading this the entire way up, and I'm continuing to do that. Really, we're setting up now for a breakout of this little ceiling zone, and so we can kind of talk through that today as well. If we look at my current trade, I only have 2 contracts on in the market. Probably should have gotten a little bit heavier here, but up about a grand and a half, or 1.2K at this moment. Scaled in this morning and added. But yeah, looking really good on the left as well. We do have some key levels to kind of keep in mind. So when gas rolled a few days ago, right, we'll see we jumped up pretty good when we rolled to NGN 24, and that's what caused this pretty big gap. Then, subsequently we went and kind of tested that gap level, so we faded off all the way down to 2.6. We'll see then we put in a higher low, right? So the main thing for uptrends is you're getting those higher lows, and then you're getting higher highs typically. And so we're getting those higher lows. We're not quite getting higher highs yet, but we are kind of building kind of a ceiling zone, which I really like. A lot of the time gas will kind of set up for a long-term breakout as well. And so we can get some really nice kind of entry signals as we're coming back up to that breakout zone, which I look at as kind of this high and this high. That's how I have it marked, at least on this chart. I think if we get above 2.925, we could see a really big move up to 3.1 even. We'll see, of course, if we get follow through in the next couple days this week, but definitely playing this move a little bit higher to the upside. I will consider, scalping or kind of taking some of my trade off at 2.85 if we do start to fade. Pretty nervous there just because we had a pretty nice drop from that level the last time we went up and tested it. So that's really the only place I'm a little nervous about today. If we bring this scale down a little bit, we can see we're getting pretty close to that first initial key level. So going to be watching 285 and how gas reacts. Over here to the right is the 1-minute chart. And so what I'll do is I'll typically start in on a swing trade like this one, which I did yesterday, and then I'll essentially add to it when it's starting to work. And we can see today, right, we really have started pumping, which confirms, right, my idea. And so what I'll typically do is I'll have a starter position like I did yesterday, and then today, right, when it does start to actually work out, I'll add. And that's exactly what I did. So hopefully that makes sense, right? Just playing basically this next move in the uptrend, which is really what we've been doing all month. So the past 30 days or so, right, we've been taking the same exact trade, really taking these hourly pullbacks, trying to capture that pivot before we take the next leg up. And again, right, typically I'll take, one off at a key level and then one off at target. So 2.85 is kind of my initial target for an exit. I do have 2 contracts. So for now, my exit is ideally right at that top level, but definitely open to trimming at this first key level ceiling. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave those down below. I am currently up on the trade, but we'll see, right? This trade could still fail. So you'll see I've got my stops in place. I've got one stop under the primary low and then one stop a little bit tighter because I did add today. So I want to manage risk effectively, and we'll see. I'll keep the channel posted here on kind of the results. Maybe we can do a trade breakdown as well, kind of after the fact, to really review how the trade played out. Thanks everyone for the time. Feel free to leave a comment and like down below for more videos like this, and subscribe to the channel if you want to be kept in the loop with when new content is coming this year. Thanks everyone.